This content is for 18 plus mature audiences only. Expect explicit language, violence, and potentially unpleasant descriptions. Take breaks if needed for your mental health because your well being matters. Now, please welcome the cast and crew of the Wednesday Night Revival.
Whoop, whoop.
Wow!
Hello!
Look at all these faces.
It's good to be back.
My second monitor shut off, so I'm a little darker than I should be.
Oh no! I am.
They're still brighter than you were in the closet.
Listen,
Also,
we're not.
Hopefully.
It's a little strong to say that your mental health matters to us.
Rev, I will put you in timeout. You
Oh,
will not
you
be
were
able to
already
do
in timeout.
anything on the server again. Do you wish to have this?
On that note, I should grab my dice. We need
You
that, right?
literally
We need
said,
those.
my dice are right behind me, like 20 minutes ago.
I need to fill my water.
20 minutes
So
ago?
organized, guys.
I'm very thirsty.
Well, you know,
Oh,
join
no.
us on Thursday. It'll be fine. Hi guys, welcome to the Wednesday Night Revival, where we are playing D&D Homebrew this week with me in the DM seat. It's very strange. I don't like being in charge.
Those bottom words.
I mean,
It
It's
sounds like
just a
lying.
statement of fact.
What I miss?
I know that we're a pretty usual show on here, but if everyone would like to go around and introduce themselves and maybe get a vibe of what people are going to be expecting having their characters are going to
Shall
be
we make
tonight.
a U shape?
Yeah. Darkness, you start, Bubby.
Oh shit. I'm Darkness. I'm gonna be playing Thea Melodial Tall Flowsthorn.
That name, though.
I'm not even gonna be able to
I
pronounce
love
that
it.
one. I'm gonna be a bard this session, so that's gonna be weird.
Ooh.
Yeah. Find out more. On to the
Raya?
next. Because I can't think.
Bro, you're good. Rev.
Hello. I am Sanguine Rev, and I will be playing Stitch, the Ephemeral Reckoner.
No
Mhm.
one calls them that.
We're already starting it. Okay.
I'm an undead gunslinger.
Wow.
Also, my character is short.
All the important things. All the important things.
All the important things.
Tony?
Hi, I'm Tony, your favorite. And I'm playing everyone's favorite, the human fighter Jim Thomas.
Just a dude.
Just a guy.
Hit him with the car.
I'm working on emeralds.
Hit him with your dragon.
Also, Tony, you need to speak up.
No,
I need to speak up?
I popped their volume. Please don't. Oh no.
Are you sure?
Look at what
We
you've done,
could
Emerald.
Whisper sweet nothings. Hi, Emerald.
Emerald is.
My ear!
Radio announcer voice.
Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
Anyway, I'm Bright, and I'm going to be playing Selena, who is a Wanti cleric.
Ooh. Last but certainly not least.
And I am just Brett. You can call me Brett or Just. I don't care. And I am playing Bull, a kobold sorcerer.
I have to tell you guys, chat, getting prepared for this session has been such fun making the backstories for all of these little gremlins. That being said, I think we can kind of move on over to Look, guys, we have maps.
Wow.
Crazy.
Insane.
But you can afford that?
Wow.
No, but theft
Oh.
is a thing. I mean, what?
I made all of this!
Theft from corporations is not theft.
I made all of this. I did so much work.
You really did. No, honestly, if you have it in your heart, please give all the kudos to Blood. They have put their heart and soul into this for the past like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they have been doing fantastic.
And we've been nothing but gremlins to them.
I've been losing my mind slowly, and it's fun. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and pull on in with the country of Edhall.
1 second, I gotta get my PC was dying. I still gotta get my note page up, but then go ham.
And then we're going? Okay, let me
Yes.
know.
I have my notes, so I'm ready. Like a good
I don't know why
player.
Brett's slowing us down.
God.
Why are we letting them?
Oh,
Wants to play a sorcerer, late with note taking.
This moment
Ugh.
of Brett looking for his notes has been brought to you by We Don't Have a Sponsor.
we don't.
The sponsor could be you.
Wow. Please subscribe.
If you'd like to give us money, you can reach us at anywhere you want to give us money.
Anywhere.
We have a Patreon.
We do.
Wait.
You can also gift subs here.
Or bits.
Yeah, do
Or
the
bits.
subs and bits thing. Don't do the Patreon. It's been unattended for a minute and I need to fix it.
Drink water and
How
stretch.
dare.
I have
Okay.
sparkling water.
I have smoothie and water. Can I have one or should I have both?
Same
Porque no
time.
los dos. At the same time,
Same
just
time?
chug them.
Okay.
Oh god.
Crying.
We're all
Yuck.
doing gremlins.
The fact that you actually did it.
Anyway,
You guys
guys.
never betray me. Okay.
Within the country of Edhall lies a vast forest of varied temperatures, biomes, and life forms. We find ourselves in the city of Stoseman, a recently backwater city, as travel to there has no longer been made necessary with new developments close by, meaning they're definitely on the decline. Though you wouldn't notice from the way that most of the buildings are still in pristine condition, and despite the overtaking of woods, they still hold force with the civilization there. Now, Stoseman has recently been, if you listen to the mayor, victim of a dragon. People have been wandering into the woods, going to collect herbs, plants, resources to keep themselves afloat, and not coming back. So, there was a call made out to the Adventurers Guild, and posters put in all of the towns close by, calling for help, any kind of help, to either deal with the dragon or find their people. And so we make our way down closer into the main thoroughfare of Stoseman. It's not super busy. There's maybe a couple hundred people that live in the city anymore. And the city square, as it were, is more of just where the two bars in this town meet. As well as off to the side, there is a rather large mercantile store. Here we find a duo kind of settling in, trying to find a place to rest for the night, as it is far away from the regular guild stops. There's no bunkhouse, there's no accommodations, and therefore they have to find their own. Jim, Stitch, which place you think would call your attention more? To the left, there is a very much old homey sort of bar that looks like it's definitely seen better days, but it has enough business going through that you're not worried that it's uninhabitable. And the other side, the one that seems a little bit more put together, yes, but also most of the people are outside rather than sitting in.
You know what? We're gonna need to head over to the one where people are sitting outside. The one where people are sitting inside feels dingy and like the type of place that you'd look for people who were hiding. So, Jim, being who he is, wants to be in plain sight but bland.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this one of those double negative kind of things?
Basically, it's where you just sort of, instead of trying to be out of sight, you just be in sight but not in sight. And I don't know how to explain that, but that's a thing.
No, I mean that's fair.
Yeah, it's like, when you're like stalking through the forest and you're trying so hard to be quiet that you actually make more noise.
No, I have never experienced it that way. I have a pretty easy time staying quiet.
Even with crunchy leaves?
Yeah, even with, I mean, it depends on what I'm wearing. Like right now with the chainmail. No, I understand what you're saying. Now that we've thought about it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you just move smooth and easy, you're somehow quieter.
Or naked.
So, or naked. We're not getting naked right now. You did this in the last town. We're not getting naked right now.
I've got the hood up. We're good.
Someone stole your clothes. We had to buy you new clothes.
We could have spent a little bit more. I've got plenty of gold.
Look, people were looking for the naked person, so we had to get
I
out
look
of
like I mugged a goblin of his clothes and skin.
We can,
only one of those is probably
let's
true.
let's get someplace to be, and then we can get you something new.
Yeah, let's go in.
All right.
Dungeon Wolf, I have a question.
What's up?
What are the names of the two taverns? Or two inns?
That is a good question. I have them in my notes. One moment.
Also,
Fine,
what happens if somebody crashes an airship into the two taverns?
No.
Well, how tall are these two taverns?
That's getting put in the notes. 9/11 joke has been made.
Is that a new tally count, or do I need to put
Go 9/11 the campaign.
Please no! Don't 9/11
Don't.
my fucking campaign, guys.
I'm not part of this.
Clipping. We're
not either.
clipping.
I just want to try to have it in my notes. Do I need to make a tally for war
You can't
crimes
say
or
the-
references?
You can't say the two and not expect it to go to two towers.
I think of another type of two towers.
That movie came out the year after.
I don't care.
I'll just drink my water.
I'm genuinely surprised they didn't change the name to like Lord of the Rings Part 2 or something.
What's the name of the book?
Yeah, but like timing.
But like timing.
Also, the book The Last Man on Earth has a movie called I Am Legend.
Oh, lordy.
And it's not nearly as good as the two towers.
It also has a book, Gemini Man. Or no, Omega Man is what it is.
Omega Man is the other movie, yeah. I think there's 3 or 4 different ones.
So the inn's names
Yes.
are
The old and homey one first.
So the old and homey one is the Little Dragons.
Oh, cute.
Oh.
And the new one, newer looking one, is the Dapper You. YEW.
Honestly, I feel like I probably blend into the Tapper U anyway.
No.
I missed something. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was clipping the other clip.
We're going to a tavern called
Did
the
that
Tapper
too.
U.
Yeah. The
okay.
tavern
is
that
in
you're
the
going
tree.
to is, yeah.
Gotcha.
I know that sometimes you struggle reading, so
I don't struggle reading.
Oh no.
you struggle reading social cues, like this one. It was clearly sarcasm.
As you guys find a table, it's easy enough to find. There are quite a few open. It seems as though this one is very much. They cook inside. They take care of like the orders and stuff inside, but they bring it all out here to you. And so, as you find yourself a table, a younger-looking dwarven woman comes up and is very, very boisterous. How's it going today? Just kind of
Well-
looking at both of you. What can we do you for?
What's on special?
Special's not so special as it is what we have. Unfortunately, trade's not been the best, so we have some homebrewed juniper berry mead, sort of, as well as a sort of spiced apple wine.
Mm.
Most of it's all from around the local area.
I'll take some juniper.
Juniper. And you, sir?
Could I just get like a cup, like a drinking cup or glass, filled with hot sauce and eggs, but mostly hot sauce, like 2 eggs.
Can we
I mean,
also?
sure. Do you want it cooked or?
Yeah, boil one of the eggs, leave the other one raw.
We had a long night last night. It's
Hangover cures.
It's the classic hangover. Can you also? We do need something bready to sop some things up. Would you mind bringing something
Hi.
crusty?
We have some freshly baked. What was that? Freshly baked. Zucchini bread. Unfortunately, is going to be a little bit more damp than the rest. The usual sort of crust, but
If you wouldn't mind toasting it up real quick, that would be mightily appreciated.
not a problem. Be right out. And she kind of like goes and like skips on her way back in.
As soon as they're out of sight, Jim looks over and goes, "What was that request?"
I just thought, I don't need to eat or drink. I don't really taste any of it anyway. Thought if I did a crazy drink like that, it might attract people in the way of like, I bet you can't drink all that, and then I drink all of it, and then they gave us money.
I remember the part where we're not trying to attract attention.
Yeah, I'm trying to attract a
the-
different kind of attention.
That's not. No. It's like the time you tried to dive into a wishing well. Don't do that.
All the money was just
We-
sitting. Everybody was taking it.
We have money. We're not
Yeah.
we're not hurting. We're okay.
No, I mean, that's fair. We've got plenty. We've got more than I'll ever need.
I mean, we can easily spend more than we have, but if we're smart, this will last us a while until our next job.
Yeah.
But if we keep having to buy you new sets of clothes, and I keep having to run anywhere before
Well,
we
like I
get
said,
to a
this
new
was
job,
a supplement, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. I could win bets on drinking spicy stuff with eggs.
we're gonna need to. This is not the type of place. We're gonna need to refine your technique quite a bit
Yeah, that's
on
fair.
this. I get where you're headed. The thought process is good, The execution needs a lot of work.
It probably wouldn't hurt if I had a nose.
You know, I bet if there is like a potter, we could have them sculpt a nose. And then
Tell them like I got a bit off in a wolf attack.
no. We would tell them nothing about that you need it for your face. We would just ask for the sculpture of a nose and then later
Honestly,
strap
I
it
feel
onto
like
your
that's
face.
weirder. Like, people need prosthetics for accidents that happen. We just came hiking in through the woods.
How many people have you met without noses?
Me personally, I feel like I skew the results a little bit.
Exactly.
I had a bunch of other ones that weren't even awake yet.
Look, if you would like to head that up, you totally can. But I have advised it what I think the best course of action is.
I just mean, like, if he doesn't know that it's for me to wear, and he can't match it to my skin, and then having, like, a tan nose on a green face, would he be even worse?
That does make some sense. But
Yeah.
what we could do is whatever shade they make it, we just buy you some makeup and match your shade to that shade.
Oh, that is so much work. I give it up on this nose thing. Put my mask back on. He pulls the scarf up over his face.
Shortly after you guys finished that little whatever it was.
I love how Blood is like, what the fuck did I do putting them two together?
I have regrets. It's fine. I'm gonna
I should
experiment
put
with
down
the thing,
the
actually.
DM has a headache counter.
Got it in one.
Do you guys get flipped over to the new page?
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't see me anywhere on it, though.
You guys are down here.
That found me.
That being
Oh.
said, I do.
Oh
need
no,
a
where did
bowl.
Bowl go?
Bowl is
Where's-
Bowl is to be dealt with later. He's okay.
Excuse me?
He's
Bowl's
okay.
just gonna like teleport in, and they're gonna be like, "Hello," and we're just gonna be like, "This is normal."
This is okay.
Like, what else was I expecting on a Tuesday night? You know?
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It's
Oh.
Wednesday night.
I am hurting cats and I'm not doing it very well.
Don't
You're
hurt
fine.
Okay, that's session 1 of D&D. You're doing great. You're
Keep
doing better than
going.
I did.
cats.
So, as you finish that conversation, a couple of resounding thunks come as your waitress comes and pops your juniper berry mead in front of you, Jim, and your strange concoction in front of Stitch. And then slides a lightly toasted plate of a couple of slices of zucchini bread. Got like walnuts in it and stuff, you know, the good stuff.
The good kush.
The good stuff.
I forgot I wasn't muted.
That good dank.
Oh no.
Zucchini.
Whatever they call it.
I can't remember what the prices I set for these drinks were. One moment.
You had a price prepared for egg hot sauce drink?
No, that
Oh.
I was gonna throw you like some oddball fucking whatever.
Oh, but it's an extra Bloody Mary.
It does remind me that I forgot to put my money on my character sheet. I have it though.
But yeah, so she informs you that the meat will cost you about a silver, not too much, and it does come with a refill. Just let her know. Whereas you, Stitch, eggs are boiled eggs are. Tell you what, just give me 2 silver and we'll call it good.
Done.
No, yeah, that seems fine.
Awesome. And the zucchini bread would be another bread. since it's a whole plate of it, I'd say a single silver.
A single silver.
Mhm.
I'll flip her an extra silver. For thanks for toasting.
Much obliged. You lot let me know if you need anything. Dame Summer. And she wanders on off.
We've been here 10 minutes and we're already almost half a gold in.
I was gonna say it was a beautiful name, but she has skedaddled. So
Never hit
Wow.
up with waitstaff.
What is this? What did you put in my game, guide?
right?
What?
Why is there a big blue circle?
Why is there a dot?
What? Oh,
It's gone now. Goodbye.
I don't see anything on mine.
I deleted it. It's gone.
it was on stream when they mentioned it, so I got to see it live on stream.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy. Moving away from you guys as you enjoy your drinks and bread, we turn to a little bit off the beaten path. We find a rather confused young kobold. Now, Bull, you're sort of freshly separated from your clan. They recently had moved on, and I guess just like forgot to wake you up when it was time to go.
They do this every year.
And you come kind of stumbling out of the woods into sort of the streets of this area. It's not an uncommon thing to see your clan around, so no one really kind of like takes a second glance at you as you kind of just like fumble in, like completely like, okay, well, where were we heading? We were heading somewhere. Where were we heading?
Gotta check for the wind, but I'm in this town, and also there's no breeze because we're. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
In such a predicament, what would you like to do?
Well, I probably smell freshly toasted bread and drink, if this map is to be believed.
Mhm.
And since I woke up, and what time is it?
It's about not midday quite yet, but it's getting there.
Hungry. They will. They will walk over towards the tables and see if there's anything that people aren't really paying much attention to, whether it be food or drink.
Okay, do you want to give me a perception check then?
Sure.
Or actually, you're actively looking, so investigation, in fact.
So much better. Which die do I use? Let's go Moonstone. Or Cat's Eye.
Moonstone,
Moonstone?
Moonstone.
That's a natural 1,
Oh, buddy.
which makes it a 0.
Oh, buddy. That's a wonderful first roll for the campaign.
They said, "Where the fuck am I?"
Bull sneezes, and actually, we didn't describe what our characters look like. Bull is a small green kobold with 2 horns, but on either side. But this one is kind of looking more like a knotted branch, with a bit of moss and vines growing into it. Their eyes are 2 different colors, and I mean they're. Oh, also they just either they sleep so much they're covered in moss, or there's just moss growing on them, and they don't really seem to notice at all.
Bull. I just zoomed in on him really quick.
Bull's trying to get a sense of things, and they sneeze, and just a plume of like a mushroom just comes off, and they're like,
In that case, there is now suddenly a very big cloud of mushroom spores not too far off. I'm going to say that one of you two noticed this, Jim Stitch. if not from like the sudden musty mushroom smell, the fact that other people are now looking very directedly over there, like, oh, they're hi, buddies.
Yeah, Jim would for sure notice. I don't know if Stitch would notice or not.
Yeah, Stitch would be aware of it as well.
And they're just sneezing as the perpetual mushroom is just kind of growing off.
Hear me out. It seems like everyone around doesn't like that guy. So
We
if
got
we invite
Sippy
him
the
over,
stretch.
they'll want to avoid us.
Thank you for the sufficient chairs.
Thank you.
It'll be like our social camouflage.
This is not. This is. There is not an inverse cheerleader effect that happens.
What's a cheerleader?
Shut up, DM. What do you know about this world?
That you created.
What are you, God?
Yes!
I'm improving here. Okay.
No, illegal.
I need someone to clip
Goddamn.
that. What are you, God? Yes.
The last time I clipped, I was in the middle of a scene and I fucked it up. So you know,
I'll clip it.
not it.
I got too many
any-
things going at once for me to try.
No, you for sure shouldn't. But anyway, we can do. We definitely that does not work, but maybe we should make sure that there's less of a commotion. Do you want to try this one?
Yeah, I think I got it.
I think it's a good time for you to practice.
I put a lot of work into this. Hey,
See
you
what you
weird
got.
guy. The green one.
Huh?
Come here. We got bread.
Really?
And Stitch is going to take his cup, which he hasn't even touched yet, and slide it forward as an offering.
I mean,
Gee, thanks.
Okay, so real quick,
Bull
Would-
walks over, excited.
would Jim know if raw eggs were something a kobold might enjoy, or would
I mean,
they
to be
think the
fair,
same
one of
that
them is
Jim does
boiled.
of it?
They're a lizard.
I
Lizards-
repeat the question.
lizards do like raw eggs sometimes.
Okay, then I'll let it happen. I just wasn't
More
sure if I
important
would have to swap my zucchini bread for. And I
Capsaicin,
didn't
however.
I was going to say, here's a more important question. How hot is the hot sauce?
Yeah, and can I taste this?
Can
Also,
lizards
this hot sauce-
taste hot sauce?
A lot of things can't. Hold on.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Can lizards capsaicin?
I don't. It depends on the lizard, I think, but I don't think they can.
Birds and reptiles are unaffected by capsaicin.
Oh, there you go.
Also,
So it doesn't even bother him a bit.
Thanks.
Emerald,
What is
come
Emerald
on, you
doing?
could just say the word swallow.
Harry, thanks.
It's the fact that it's censored it.
I fixed it.
Like it gets into their nose. They really don't seem to mind all that much, because they just keep tilting the glass back up.
And,
Yeah, I
Thanks,
told
I
you it was fine.
hate
I
it.
could've- Nobody would have looked at me weird. It was fine.
there are several people looking currently.
Yeah, well, like I
Oh,
said,
sorry.
because of him.
And
Point of fact, after
You.
they realized which kobold it was, because Ball, while your tribe travels through a lot. You have
Mhm.
definitely caused a couple of commotions with the local towns.
Just a few.
Just a few. So,
Okay.
the humans and the humanoids in the city know of you. They don't know you. Most of them avoid you because you
Mhm.
tend to make things go boom. But they know of you.
Mhm. This was
I am
very
Stitch,
tasty. I
the
appreciate
ephemeral
it.
reckoner. Nice to meet you.
No one calls them that.
Oh. Hi, my name is. Bull goes about and just hits their head on the table. Ah, shit! Ah. Actually, it's the nose.
Ah, shit, see? Noses.
No, my
And
name is.
downsides.
My name is Bull. And I'm sorry, your name was. Ditch?
That's Jim. I'm Jim.
There's-
I'm Stitch, he's Jim.
Ditch. Jim. I am Bull. Thank you again for the drink. Do I owe you?
Oh, no, it's fine. You don't often see one of your people wandering by themselves. How did this come to be?
It happens oftener than I'd like it to.
I love him.
Well, you sound like you have a sad and pathetic life.
I get free drinks on occasion.
Nice.
That being said,
And also-
as he kind of Bull settles in, Summer comes by specifically with a tankard of just water for Bull. It's kind of a known thing of whenever you show up, usually you'll get like a drink.
Sure.
It might not be the best drink, but it's one.
Yeah. Do I know Summer by name or no?
Summer probably. She's super social, so yeah.
Also, are you still hungry after that?
The eggs were a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting it to be whole, but it was nice.
That wasn't an answer to my question. Are you still hungry?
Yes, I will take a piece of bread if it's okay for me to have piece of bread.
Jim will slide over the zucchini bread and order another from Summer.
I was going to say, anything Jim shares at this point, Jim is used to ordering enough for one person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No problem. That will be another silver, though.
That's fine.
I got it. I owe Summer
No,
anyway for
it's-
for the last few. No, here, and Bull will take out like 5 gold pieces and try to shove it into into Summer. That's for the table, the glass, that poor woman's hat,
It will go in your tab.
and that. I have a
See, you
tab.
always try and stop me when I overpay like that.
Bull's a bit of a local celebrity, as it were.
They reach up to the horn and pull off a mushroom that's growing.
A very
Put it on the
unique
table.
feller.
Remember earlier when you were concerned that I might stand out? I'm starting to think that that's not a problem here.
Jim's world is about to get fucking rocked. Their entire worldview. That...
It's not my fault.
I don't know what happens. I sometimes blink and things are just weird. They look around after they blink to make sure nothing has changed.
Wait a second. No, you're one of the magic types, right?
Yeah. It looks to Summer to make sure that yes is the correct answer.
She just nods at you.
Yes.
That's quite fast. I'm more of a tinkerer myself. I dabble in the physical sciences.
What happened to your nose?
Well, I dabble in the physical sciences, and sometimes they dabble back.
Science dabbles?
It does when it explodes.
That's an explosion, not a dabble.
And he'll pull out his pistol, which nobody has context for, and just like slap it and rotate the 2 barrels.
I have told you not at the dinner table. Put it back.
Yep, that's fair. Keep it in your pants. That's what he's always saying.
It is a
That's what
rule of
pants?
thumb.
That's fair, I guess. He did. Awesome. And the bull does check them both for tails. Just curious.
You do not see tails, and it's still very confusing. But it's kind of more of a known thing within your clan to not ask the tailless ones about their tails, because oftentimes
Right.
it might bring up some bad memories.
Sure.
Moving on from this friendly, quote-unquote, banter, we pull ourselves further back from the thoroughfare, just entering this sort of courtyard. Which one am I gonna do here? Let's go with Thea. You've been wandering aimlessly for a hot minute, going from town to town to town, trying to just find something, anything to hold you down. It's not really sticking, so you continue wandering. And as you enter this area, you do notice a distinct lack of the proper homely things you're used to. You know, vivacious music that you honed your craft along the way, making sure that you have had places to stay and such, with whether it be your singing or your limericks. You do find this to be a lackluster sort of gathering of people as you kindly make your way through. What would you like to do? By the way, coming from the woods instead of off the street. Because why streets?
Gonna start playing music. Go out and be like, this place could use a little tune. Let's liven it up. Just start playing.
Just start playing as you go on through.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you pick any sort of, like, central area for you to, like, kind of put on this performance? Or just kind of as you're wandering through?
As I'm wandering through, just creating my own soundtrack.
Okie doke. Everyone, actually do me a favor and give me a performance check, because we haven't done enough checks, and I've just kind of been, like, storytelling.
We vibing.
Everyone?
No, just our lovely bard. What is that? That is one of two things. Which one is it? Which one is it?
That one!
You should know. It's darkness. Of course it's a 1.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
we're gonna need to keep that nat 1 counter up, please, because that is the 2 rolls that we have done. Both of them have been natural ones, and I'm terrified for your future.
In my defense, it was a 0 for me, not a 1, so it's very different.
It's that one, but I get +9 on performance.
Yeah, they're fine.
I'll let it ride. It's like a 10.
Decent performance.
Bard?
Bard?
Nice.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't roll. Personally, for me, nat 1s only matter in combat where you are in life or death. You know?
Or sneezing.
Or sneezing.
I'm not gonna walk through and my string's just gonna break and my voice is gonna crack.
I think as you're walking through, you know, you're wearing very flowy skirts. And something kind of just, like, doesn't connect right, and you do trip.
Gosh. Oh no, oh dear.
Everyone else around kind of hears this beginning of some ethereal, very beautiful music, shortly followed after by a ah!
Then just clatter.
Just clatter. Some poor lady is just kind of laid flat in the middle of the square, contemplating getting back up, I'm assuming, but not quite moving yet.
Yep.
She needs some life alert.
How far away is this from us? I don't. Is it like?
So you guys are kind of in this kind of area. Oh, one sec. In this area, shoved into this corner. She, I say, is like here-ish.
Coming out of the woods.
Coming out of the woods, and
Coming into the woods and I be doing just fine, playing VO real bad because I gotta know.
I think Jim will take the excuse to leave the two of them at the table together here, and go
Nothing
and
bad
help
could happen
somebody
there.
else. Jim has to, you know.
Chivalry.
There's only so much.
Anywhere
chivalry.
else.
But anyway, ma'am, do you need some assistance?
It's okay. Thank you. I'm just embarrassed. That was a hard fall.
It seemed
There's
like
like
it.
a
You
bit of a
need-
scrape on your forehead, but not any like blood coming out. Just vaguely roughed up.
And Jim has brought probably one of the like napkins, unused napkins from the table. It does look like you've got a terrible thump to your head. Would you like to? Usually, like a cool rag, and he'll take out like his water skin and throw a little water on it, like it's, sort of helpful.
For me? You're doing that for me? Oh, that's so kind. Other places aren't. Is everyone kind?
Come sit
I'm just
with
gonna
us.
like double-hand it and just like.
I love
Come take a seat.
Are
Have
you
you
for
had
real?
Have you had food recently?
I mean, I found some berries on the side of the road earlier. Or no,
You do.
there wasn't a road.
You do have like stored rations and stuff from the last town that you were in, where a very, very kindly old woman decided to give you what looks like about a month's worth of food just to make sure you could make it somewhere else because she was concerned.
Let me ask this differently.
I do
Have you-
have this dried, crunchy food. Another nice person gave it to me.
Usually, folks that hit their head, I would say, should take a seat for a bit until they recover some. So, come on. I'll ask Summer for another seat, and another piece of zucchini bread, as Jim will pass over his zucchini bread.
She says this one's on us. You seem to be gathering a lot of friends rather quickly for getting into town just today.
It
Friends?
seems to happen to me.
We're friends now.
We are about to be on a dangerous job. So I would warn you before you get too attached. There is a chance in the next couple of days we might die.
Oh, death isn't a problem for me. I'm used to it. I mean, not me dying, but being around death.
I love the concerned look Tony just pulled.
Bull is eating a napkin right now because it had zucchini breadcrumbs on it. Just
Yeah, I'd like to reiterate. I really don't think I'm going to stand out all that much here.
I'm realizing that minute by minute. That in fact I might be the one who stands out. Here.
How weird is it that I'm the normal one?
Huh? What? What's going on?
Oh, we're
people
just
not
talking
have
about how
noses,
weird
though?
Jim is.
Finally,
Yep.
we pull into the other tavern. It is homely, and it definitely has some work on places needed, but it's honestly not bad. At least that's what you thought, Selena, while you've been staying here for the last couple of days.
Mhm.
Now, your type of Yuanti. Wanty. I'm the DM here, guys. I'm God. It's fine.
Garvin the
Is
platypus,
this
it's
the
fine.
God Challenge 2?
Yanti aren't
What's the
exactly
worst that can happen?
seen around here, but this town seems to definitely be, after the first initial interactions, warmed up.
Mhm.
That being said, you have definitely found your own little nook here, whether it be within the tavern itself, kind of just hanging out, getting a bearing, figuring out where you're going from here, because you have a mission. You have something you need to do for friends that need to be avenged of sorts. And you hadn't quite figured out how to go about that yet. I love just seeing your character zoom across the screen.
Listen, you said she's in the other tavern. I gotta make it real. The audience must know the true placings.
I hate to be the one to tell you this,
They
but
can't see you there.
Darkness's face is directly over that spot.
There you go. Just fixed it. I fix.
I'm blocking you.
I fix.
I was gonna
There
say,
you go.
Darkness's place was right next to where you guys are on the map. That's weird.
Yeah, I was very confused for a second.
Darkness's face.
Oh.
It's okay.
They're trying
No
to
one
kill
needs
me
to see my
already.
face.
Murder. Murder is happening. Oh no.
I do
Boy,
believe
that-
Jim may be the one who's about to die, but it's
Gay
fine.
murder.
Anyway. So you are at this point in the morning, kind of relaxing, getting your wits about you, as you hear a clatter after some music was going to start. What would you like to do?
Round. Like, is there like a window I can kind of just like out of
Yeah,
a bit?
especially if you are in like this little nook here.
Yeah.
There is a window kind of facing out towards like the this area sort of here.
Mm-hmm. I'll like kind of take a look around.
Yeah, you do see somebody just kind of post fall, and a kind looking gentleman helping them up and taking them back to their table with them.
She'll have a moment of like to reach out to help, and then kind of just hold her hand there, and just to make sure everything is okay, she'll slither along out to double check on who
Thea.
is Miss Thea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys see approaching your table as you all kind of settle down and sit in a Yanti woman with the lower portion of her body completely within its snake form. And a blindfold over her eyes for some reason.
Hi. I just wanted to check and make sure that everything was okay. Are you okay? Is your instrument okay?
My instrument's fine. It's taken a beating before. Where I come from, people didn't really like happy music. Your tail's really pretty. Like,
Thank
it's
you.
really pretty. I don't think I've ever seen one like that.
Thanks. It's it was definitely different than the ones in where I grew up. But I tried to take care of it.
Yeah,
So
thank
I
you.
really like your skirt. Your skirt's really pretty.
Oh, thanks. I'm surprised I didn't rip it when I tripped.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bowl's looking up at you very confused.
um.
Why
she'll
is she
also
all
look to
tail?
Jim. Selena will also look to Jim and just go, that was really nice of you to help her.
I mean, it's
Sorry, I'm interjecting.
It was really nice. Everyone's really nice here.
You want to join us for some zucchini bread and what was this you got me, Stitch?
Yeah, that was a cup of hot sauce with eggs in it.
Oh, and hot sauce and eggs.
Oh, is that a delicacy?
I don't know. It just mostly tastes like pepper and egg.
I
Don't
don't
worry,
like
Jim.
spicy.
Judging from the looks, which you told me is how we're supposed to judge people, with the scales and the tail, that one can probably eat it too.
Oh no.
not what I told
Sorry?
you.
We're
For
not
the
the same
record.
look.
And Bowl will walk up next to Selena and we're not the same type of green.
He's also a different type of,
Scaled.
yes, different type of scales.
Yeah, see, I have legs.
And Bill lifts up one of the legs and then just fall over.
I feel like it seems a bit rude to talk about who does and doesn't have legs.
Coming from a guy who doesn't have a nose.
And Bowl will just sit back up properly and then stand up with one swift motion.
Jim is holding back a laugh.
That's
Yeah, I
vicious.
know it's
I'll
like you
help.
miss body parts.
There is
help pull up. Well, this is
there is like a,
The Bowl left
a
themselves over one swift motion
4-person
to-
table nearby with 3 people at it. Jim is just gonna steal a chair from over there.
Yeah.
Y'all aren't using this, are you? Thanks.
They don't even like get time to answer. They're just kind of like looking at the. And as you look around, you do notice that most of the people around here are very humanoid, very normal, very what you're used to seeing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me and the cadre. Anyway, would you like to take a seat? Have you had your midday meal?
I was actually reading over at the other tavern. It's a little quieter. Very very nice. But I would love to join you since you're offering.
What do you
Jim
read?
is gonna take a breath and push over the zucchini bread and wave at Summer. Just a one.
She's just
No,
like,
no, it's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. I already ate. It's okay. Here, you have it.
Summer's
If they
already
play
coming
the
with a
push it
new
back
thing
in
of
the fourth
zucchini
game,
bread.
Bowl just takes it.
Oh god.
You really like zucchini, don't you?
I just like bread.
Bread.
Fair.
Mm.
Do you like bread?
I do actually.
I like bread.
Bread is
I'm
quite
sorry.
Bread is quite delicious, especially
It
this
is.
kind. I've never had it this sweet before.
How would you describe the flavor of bread?
Depends on the type and what's with it.
Yes, bread is a wide variance of flavors, but salty, buttery, yeasty. There's
Fluffy?
a little bit of a dustiness to the flour. And
you like-
no, but sometimes there are quiet mornings and you just think about what you're doing and eating. Remain present.
It is in my notes. Bread is a topic of conversation for a longer than normal period of time.
I'm
Oh.
gonna make a song. I'm gonna start playing music again, or try.
Go
All
for
about
it.
bread.
You ready for this?
Go for it.
I love it. Please, please do.
Bread is quite delicious. It really fills your belly. on like that for a couple minutes.
Just
please
in
give us
different
some more
tones.
bars. Please.
Oh no, poor Darkness.
I know it was great. For the record,
Bring people together, and we'll dance around the table. Now everybody gets some bread
bread,
and a drink
bread,
as well.
and a drink as well.
Was any of the
Oh,
inspiration for your character, Darkness, Phoebe Buffet?
As they begin to sing this, Bowl kind of rubs their hands together with some of the crumbs of the zucchini bread and blows on them, and you see that their unnaturally colored eye and their horn glow for a second, and dancing lights form around Thea as little loaves of bread that seem to have legs and are just dancing to a jig that she is making with the tune.
this is a cantrip, correct?
Yes, it's dancing
Fantastic.
lights. Have you seen
Cool.
dancing lights?
No. I just wanted to confirm because I was like, that's a cantrip. That I swear that's a cantrip, right? I don't need to make him roll.
Wild magic
No.
table fireball.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a cantrip. I
This one
promise
is
you.
fine. Safety. But yeah,
I never.
go Stitch. Say things, Stitch.
I never can get used to this magic stuff. It's great.
So as you all sort of get to know each other as this hour gets by, and it does seem to be a bit of time that you spend here, I'm assuming. Before, Jim, more than likely it would be you who kind of pulls back into, you're here for a job.
Well, Stitch, I will say, if you're having fun, you can absolutely stay here with these fine folks. But I've got a job that I need to take care of.
Well, I mean, we're usually at liberty to hire hands if needed, right? Could we just take them with us?
This job is very dangerous.
I don't know. You saw that one did magic.
That one did magic.
Are they talking about the same job that I was tasked with?
That being said, I don't know whether or not you would know that just yet. They're just vaguely talking about a job right now.
Okay.
But if you would like to pipe in and let them know that you are also looking.
I
for
will
a job.
also drop more information if I remember what that is.
Yeah, so basically the calling was that the mayor of this town would like adventurers of a certain merit to help him either find the missing people, the people who have gone missing from this town, or end the definitely dragon that did it. Very adamant it was the dragon.
No offense to the rest of you, but it does look like there is a dragon fight in our future, and
Missing people.
you're looking to tussle with the dragon.
Yes.
Dungeon Wolf, sorry. Is there a dragon in this area?
God.
Your clan would know that very recently, there had been a higher power that had moved in, and y'all hadn't really gotten to know them yet, as it was still pretty relatively fresh. They were still making their burrow, and one knows not to mess with the bigger ones when they're making their home.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of on a later point that your clan was going to kind of like be like, hey, so like we're here. Is that cool, or do we like need to go to the other side of the forest?
Yeah. That's what that was? It's a dragon?
I thought your kind were usually in tune with dragons and such.
That's
Do you know how like important that would be? On like for sacrifice?
we just sacrifice.
What a sacrifice.
Sacrifice. What?
Oh.
So
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
what?
I have to ask right now.
What?
Are you in a cult?
A what?
Are you in some sort of...
Me?
You said you've been around death a lot, and now you're talking about sacrifices.
Oh no.
I
So-
just...
so it's like
you're
a
not gonna-
cult is it's a type
That-
of religion.
That's a cult type of
Yeah.
thing. I just need, before, you get all close up to...
Point of fact, Thea. It was never said that they were a cult. They were just a gathering of people who followed your father.
So
Well, yeah. It was just people following my father and looking up to him, and
now when you say
they
father,
did
is this
sacrifices, and they talk about the importance of doing it, especially with powerful creatures.
when you say father,
So
is this
kind of
like
powerful.
the patriarch of your family, or a dude that everybody called their father, and then also slept with all the women?
I mean, I never met him, but he is my father.
Yeah, that leans more in the cult direction.
I don't
Yeah.
know what a cult is.
But it sounds
Yeah,
like
it's a new one
the
for
thing
me.
you had.
Aren't all technical organized religions a cult, though, if you get to the more nitty gritty of it, because it's a group of people that kind of socialize and try to make things the more things that's them, and everything else is wrong that should be expelled or expunged.
I mean, I can tell you all about the afterlife. I'm in it right now.
Have you?
Yeah?
Well,
Point
I
of
left
fact,
them, but they would love you.
What?
point of fact, Stitch, you would know that admitting that you are undead oftentimes does not end well.
I'm not undead. I'm just not dead.
Okay.
I think that everyone here is not dead. I think that's
Right.
a pretty normal thing to be.
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
a pretty
see
normal thing
if,
to
like,
say.
them saying that is like do I get any whiffs of a red flag there? Notes of decay.
The lack of nose.
So are you trying
He
to like
has a
pull on
scarf
the
pulled up.
clerical side of your stuff? Or
Yes. Yeah.
let me check what you exactly can do before I give you an answer.
I have.
I mean, technically,
is
I
it like a baggy scarf, or is it like a scarf that's like wrapped up to your face? Because like, if it's a very baggy scarf, the lack of nose would be obvious. But if it's like a scarf that's like really well like wrapped around your face, the lack of the protrusion of a nose would be,
It's a thicker, heavier scarf.
okay.
Lack of nose just kind of blends in there. It's fine.
Is it a whole Voldemort situation, or is it like just like the tip? What's going on?
No, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
My creature type is humanoid, if that matters.
I was looking at both of your character sheets, yes.
Specifically, I am not dead.
Yeah.
Are the vibes off, DM? I feel like the vibes are
Um,
slightly cattywampus here.
So I will partially answer because I have some of the answer, which is that Stitch is often confused for being goblinoid.
Yeah.
We've talked
Give
a lot
me,
about death.
give me an insight check.
Insight.
Natural one.
Natural
one.
Third time's a charm.
Gotta keep it going.
It
You're
wasn't
kidding.
a natural one, but it
But-
was
Wasn't it
pretty
two?
fucking close. It was a 3 or a 10.
What the fuck is this campaign?
We're all gonna die.
We
Request
really
to
are.
You
roll
know,
again just
you're
to
kind of
test
you're
the
kind of
dice.
thrown off by the very sudden from what you're concerned, unprovoked bringing up of a cult. that, that's maybe you should play it safe with these ones, as they're already looking for cult stuff.
Yeah, because as soon as like all of that was mentioned, because I'll DM you later.
Yeah.
Blood.
Yeah.
But, hold on. There's a
Secret.
dragon
We'll
around
put
here?
a pin in this. Yeah. Did the poster specify what kind of dragon?
It did not. It simply said a dragon within the woods about a 3 days travel from here. At least that is what they've narrowed it down to.
What sort of disturbance are we dealing? I know people are missing, but like, what sort of destruction were we dealing with?
Is there any sort of alteration to the terrain or anything like that?
There hasn't been anything posted in the calling. That was all said that whenever you get to town, if you wanted to accept the mission, you were to go to the mayor.
Okay. Okay. Well, outside of odd, I mean, let me restart that sentence. I feel like if we're to work together, it sounds like we might be in fact working together. I do have a rule that sacrifices do need to be consented to by the group.
The thing is, I personally don't like sacrifices.
Well, then,
It's just
if
that's
they're
what
not
I grew
happening,
up
that makes
around.
it very easy.
Didn't
They
you
like the
sacrifice your...
sacrifices, not me.
Yeah, I just grew up around it, so it's kind of normal. So I know like what they're looking for, but like
So
I don't like the screaming.
We learned so much.
Didn't you sacrifice
saying-
your bread by giving it to us a bunch of times, though? Is that not the same?
that's not the same at all.
Being kind.
That's more of an offering than a sacrifice.
We cherish
Right.
kindness. Well, I cherish kindness.
Oh, by the way,
Bull's gonna walk up to you, Thea, and kind of clean off some of the dust off your skirt, and basically just cast prestidigitation to clean up any of the leaves and things you might have gotten on when you were on your travels, to kind of just freshen up a little bit for
Oh,
the
that's
song.
so nice. I'm gonna do the same. Just like
oh,
pat you on the head and prestidigitation.
All of the moss that's growing on their head falls away, and as soon as it goes away, it just regrows immediately.
Oh,
Like a chia pet.
that was cool.
thanks.
How
Those are
nifty.
cool.
You see all the magic happening, right? Like I'm not on anything.
Are we sure that it's magic?
Nothing I
will
know of
admit,
doing otherwise.
it does look pretty. I don't know any other kobolds that look or act like them.
Like, huh? And they look around and they're trying to lick their eye with their tongue like an iguana would.
I love him.
As they're just as they look around.
Wait, I don't think I ever said my name. My name is Selena. It's nice to meet you all.
I
Nice
don't
to
know.
meet you, Selena.
You.
Did
I
Thea
say
also
it. Nice
say?
to-
Okay.
Shit.
I'm Stitch, the ephemeral reckoner.
No one calls them that. And I'm Jim.
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
I'm Bull.
Oh.
Bull. Okay.
They went to bow again and hit their head, but I wasn't gonna make the clang again.
Clong.
Ugh.
I appreciate that. In the wake of your hurt, she'll like reach out and then also just kind of like put her hand down. Okay, so let's. I mean, if so, we all agree that we collectively want to go to do this job.
I mean, I'm headed there for sure.
Nothing else to do or nowhere else to be.
I love
take
the
care of this
creepy
guy.
smile with that.
You know what? I've been looking for a reason to roll. I'm gonna insight that.
Go for it.
Because someone needs to roll higher than a fucking 3.
Darkness, deception or performance for me.
There's not a
I-
thought in that
persuasion.
mind right now. Oh.
He's rolling. Deception
What
or
should I
persuasion.
roll?
Deception or persuasion based on whether or not you're lying.
Okay.
You
Don't
could
tell us
choose
which
to-
one you're
Persuasion?
rolling.
Don't
Don't
tell us.
which
Okay.
one you're rolling.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, oh my god. I'm gone.
What?
It's-
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
that they rolled a 5, and I got a 13. So
It was another
Hey.
nat 1 plus 4.
There's not a thought behind those fucking eyes.
put
Not
a
a
tick
single
up for
one.
that counter.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Darkness.
I'm going to physical
put
dice
that
after
fucking
this.
Yeah, no, that dice needs to go away.
It's the online dice.
It needs to go away. That one no longer exists. If there is a possibility of like changing them out, maybe do that. If not,
Guys, subscribe to us so we can get Darkness better virtual dice.
Darkness just needs better luck.
I personally think the fact that y'all trash talk your digital dice is why you have such bad luck with them. You
I'd
need
like
to
the
let them know
virtual
that you
dice.
trust them.
I rolled this
Also-
beautiful cat's eye die, and that's what betrayed me.
And it
D&D
also,
Beyond made a set of dice named after me, so I always have good luck with those.
I could see that. Is
I
it the
did use
Giga
normal
Chad
dice.
dice?
No, it's the Sanguine dice.
Well, are we looks like we're headed there, right? We're headed
the mayor.
shall we head on the way out, Jim is going to check in with Summer real quick, give them another couple of silver, and say, by the way, heard tale of a dragon. You hear anything?
heard a bit here and there of no one I've known has been nabbed, but there's been a couple of people that used to come by pretty regularly that aren't here anymore. Unfortunately, I don't know too much. Don't travel much beyond the city border.
It's not a lot of people telling tall tales of,
I mean,
smoke or,
No smoke,
burning
no.
or.
there's been talk about one of the old roads off to the Forbidden Woods. Sorry, I was typing a thing and then pressed enter. Damn it, Rev.
Awkward.
I mean, I don't know why I'm being called out.
Through asking around, you can figure out that there is a general store that you probably get components from.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, we do need. That's
There's
good.
been,
We do need some clothing. I assume that would be at the general store as well.
They've got pretty much everything, quite honestly. It's
Perfect.
literally, and she points over to a gigantic building off to the north. Anything and everything you could ever want, you'll find in there.
Honestly, I've got some business to take care of and getting parts and stuff, so if you guys want to give me a list of anything you need, you go get the job information. We can meet back up here in like, I don't know, an hour and a half.
Oh, did Stitch go in with Jim? I thought he went inside to pay the tab. Sorry,
The tab had already been paid out beforehand.
Yeah. No. Basically, Jim just caught the
Summer.
on the way out, and would have shared this. Would have probably left immediately and shared this with y'all. So I assume that's where we're doing this right now.
Yeah.
Is shortly outside of the place. Or we could all go. And I could
easier, yeah.
ask some questions. I don't know if anybody else needs supplies, but we are about to embark on something quite dangerous. In
Well,
fact,
that's what I was offering. So you guys can collect the information. I can collect supplies at the same time.
Yeah, I would love to go. I think I need to stock up on something. I'm sure.
it looks like we have interest in going.
How do you stock up for an adventure? I was just gifted stuff because I was I was really hungry when I found that old lady.
Jim is gonna give them sort of a look over here. What are we? Do we have weapons? Do we have armor? Do we have like basic anythings?
So we do have a dagger and a rapier.
Hold on, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still hung up. Did Thea eat an old lady on their way over here?
No, a little
No.
old lady gave
No.
her things.
Because that is exactly what it sounded like. It's just like the old lady.
She was yummy. Absolutely delicious.
It was explained to Jim at least that the old lady had given them a bunch of rations.
Yeah, so I do have some light leather armor, so I'm guessing that'd just be like one little chest piece type thing, like the belt.
It keeps
Type
off
armor.
the worst of it, and that's about it.
And then I have a lute and a lyre and just, yeah. Not much.
On bowl, you see a giant meat cleaver. It's big enough to be a short sword, and a spoon right here, and then a dagger right above it.
Well, so if as long as you have some sort of armor, maybe a shield, any weapons you might be sufficient at using, I wouldn't suggest you get something fancy that you don't know how to use. That's usually a recipe for disaster.
This is Tony interjecting because he knows we'll get into shenaniganery.
No, this is Jim, the person who's been in a lot of fights and been on a bunch of these, giving basic advice. Outside of that, if you have something for some first aid, would love some healing potions, but I know those are hard to come by.
Oh, I can heal you.
I'm just fine at the moment.
Okay, let me know. I actually can. Like, my hands glow, and then yeah.
It sounds like some more of that magic stuff.
I have a glowing thing as well, but it's not really
The friendly kind, and they kind of wave their fingers together. And you see little bolts.
It's just gonna pull a piece of metal out of his little like toolkit and just like poke your fingers.
Oh no.
I have shocking grasp triggered. Does that mean that if he touches if Stitch touches it, will they get electrocuted?
Yes!
Oh no! Do I have to make attack rolls or just straight damage?
Seeing
It's
as
necessary.
he put himself and touched it, there's nothing. There's not a roll you have to make. Yeah, just damage.
Let's roll for damage.
10 points of damage.
Jesus!
It's 2d8.
Stitch, you touch the little kobold's hand, and suddenly, you're brought very, very far back to, like, when you first woke the fuck up.
Holy shit! That stuff's awesome!
You off. Ow! Ow!
You know, that might be useful if there are flies around. If you just like wave your hand, it might kill the flies.
Also, I don't know if you know this, that could be really useful in a fight.
Two.
When you're walking through the woods,
They wave
you'll
their
run
hand and
into
it
a
just
lot of
disperses.
like things hanging from trees that are not
Mhm.
pleasant to have in your face. That could help.
People.
I didn't see any
Fire,
people
though.
hanging.
I usually
Um,
do it to cook food.
Oh my.
Well,
We are here.
So who is going to the mayor's house and who is going to the store? Or are we all
I
going
thought we
to
were
both?
all going to the store and then all
Okay.
going to the mayor's house.
Okay,
This
dokie.
is Jim.
I
That's
wanted
at least
to-
what Jim is trying to convince people to do.
Cool, cool,
Jim's
cool.
I think he
ushering
got
a
most people.
bunch of toddlers right now. Like that is literally what's happening.
Poor Jim.
Toddlers
Yup.
and one teenager.
There is
Win.
that. As you enter and come up upon the store, actually, you do notice it is very well put together, and the outside of it has a lot of fey markings. And you
This
come
place
upon the
does-
sign that reads "The Fated Fairy."
Place does look like it has promise. Let's go see what we can get. And sort of information they
I
might
should
have.
probably actually put my character, my peoples in there, right? I have their
Ooh,
tablets.
peoples.
I have there's peoples.
Prize peoples.
Where's my peoples? Bup, bup, bup. As you first come in, why is she not? Boop. And where's my other baby? Oh, did I not add that one? Shit, fuck. One sec. Upload. Choose file.
Well, you,
As you first enter in, you notice a drow woman over behind the counter, and a rather shorter. She looks elven, but also kind of, sort of not. There are certain aspects of her being that screams other. And as you enter in, the other one is the first to greet you. Well, good morning to all of you.
good morning.
What can we do you for this week? This day?
Well, I know one of us is looking for a new outfit. And it does sound like we need some supplies. And maybe just I will let most of us speak for themselves. How about that?
Fair, fair. Welcome to the Fated Fairy. Our little lovely nook we found here in Stoastman. Back there is, and she points to the taller, more like sturdy built drow woman, is my lovely wife Trista. We'll deal with that whenever we come to like the actual money part. She's not exactly the social sort. But that's all fine because I'm all social and got no brains to me, so she makes up for more than that. We have just about anything you could want, from bits and bobs, potions, lotions, everything.
And potions galore.
Can you get us in contact with your fairy?
That's me.
You seem.
You don't look very. Oh, go ahead.
It was just. You seem a little bigger than I imagine a fairy would be.
Not actually a fairy, I am what you call an Eldarin. I'm from the Feywilds. Just, decided this plane would be a bit more fun. Plus, when I came here, I found that, points again over to her wife, and I couldn't convince her to come back with me, so I just decided to stay.
What was their race?
So they are an Eldarin.
Is
The
it
actual, like-
Eladrin?
Eladrin.
Eladrin, yes.
Eladrin.
What type? Can we
Currently,
tell by looking at them?
currently, she's giving a lot of summer vibes.
I didn't think I'd see one of your kind out here.
She looks over at you. Yeah, they sort of stick to the Fae like your friend does. Looking up and down. You. But,
Huh?
like I said, I couldn't convince her to come back with me, so I decided I'd stay and bug her as long as she'd let me.
What's your name, or am I not allowed to ask that?
You can call me Olneth.
Neth.
How do you spell that, DM?
Olneth.
OLN what? TH?
E as in Evan.
E.
TH.
Hi, I'm Bull.
Pleasure
Make
to meet
sure
you,
not
Bull.
to see anything around, and he does bow. Doesn't bang his head this time.
She does like a very flare-filled bow back. It's a pleasure. So, what exactly are you in the market for?
Ball bearings.
Ball bearings. That'll be back corner just before you hit the boxes.
Thank you.
Turns around, goes back towards the ball bearings, like caltrops and like
Yeah.
typical roguey stuff.
Typical roguey, yeah. So it looks like, and there is like signage on each of these items, telling you about how much they would be worth. I have a list here. They're on here somewhere. I just have to find the bees.
I was prepared, like genuinely prepared for tonight's session.
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
So they usually come in about in bags
Mhm.
of about 1,000 or so, and they cost about $1 each.
Yes. Bull's buying 3 bags of ball bearings.
Okie dokie, mark it off on your character sheet.
And other things, but those are the things I'm definitely looking for right now.
Yeah. Here are some just random items that they would have. I have a list. I'm just gonna send y'all the link. Save.
Oh, you put it in general? Okay.
No, not yet.
No.
I gotta do a
looking at
theme.
revs.
I'm looking for a theme. Where is the theme? Why is it not letting me do the thing?
Which thing are you trying to do?
So I've made a shop that you know what? We're just gonna boop. Copy. We'll see if you guys can see this. And it's in this chat. Because I did a thing to where I can make sure I can see it. There is a link.
Yes.
The Fading
Link is
Fairy?
opening.
Mm-hmm. Does it show you the list of items that you can purchase?
It does.
We can put a chair.
Wonderful. Listen, there was just random items that got thrown into them. Ignore them. I'm more looking at like the goal items and things that are like useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You say that you wanted some potion of healing.
Well, I said it might be helpful.
There is quite literally a giant rack off to the side behind Olneth with so many potions.
We'll take 3.
Are we talking greater or regular or...
What do you think, Jim?
We've got all the way up to Superior.
I can only afford
You have a good deal of money. I know you have a good deal
a
of money.
couple. I could get one superior and 2 regular. Do you think that'll be good?
We are about to face a dragon. So
We are?
I mean, not in
Potential.
the next 20 minutes, but yeah.
Oh,
for
okay,
war
that's fine.
games.
Okay.
So 1 superior and 2 of the standard ones.
All right.
I was actually wondering about some specialized items that I don't see on your in your stock.
So that's 550 gold for you to mark off darkness and add those to your character sheet.
Yes, ma'am.
Specialized items. What are we thinking?
I need like 2 feet of iron pipe, and then another foot of iron pipe, but separate, and then just some scrap wood would be fine, and some old carving stock or anything.
Wood we can definitely do. The pipes are going to be a little bit more difficult. Come with me. And she starts motioning you back towards where Triss is. Tracy, darling, where would we have just like hollowed out pipes looking back towards you?
Yeah, I'm working on making a device. Well, I've got one. He pulls out the pistol. So I've got this. I need to make another one similar to this, but a little more complex. But I also want to make a big one.
That stuff. We got those in hand. And the drow woman, who has been pointedly ignoring all of you up to this point, and just like working in a book, keeping track of stock and everything that they have on hand, looks up. Metal piping might be a little difficult, but I do believe we have some in back storage. And she's gonna kind of like throw her hand up and her eyes kind of flash over really quickly. It's not in the best of conditions, but it is usable. And you said
Yeah, that's fine.
2 foot?
A 2 foot section primarily, but a 1 foot section as well would be great.
That's doable. And she kind of like walks off, not even like talking to you as she goes off to the back area to fish out some stuff. Now I gotta figure out how much I'm gonna
wonder
price.
if I should have specified whose feet. But that's fine.
I am going to base it off of something in here. You know what? A spear. Yeah, spear sounds about right.
Excuse me.
She'll come up with like an armful of like different measurements of pipes. All of like varying dented structure that you will find in it at least 2 good pipes that are about 2 foot long.
Perfect. Yeah.
That'll run, say, a gold for the both.
That seems fair.
As for the wood
Isn't 1
carving,
gold?
she looks over at Oneth, and Oneth just kind of like happily nods along. We have carving stock left over from Janet's last hobby. Looking distantly and disgusted. I can hand over about a pound of it for about 5 silver.
Yeah, that seems excellent.
There you go.
Hey Jim, I got stuff to make a bigger one.
That's great, I think.
It is in fact not great.
Remember, we don't point it at our friends, and we don't bring it out at dinner.
Yeah, normal crossbow rules. Got it.
I would say
Yep.
that PvP is off the table, but that did in fact happen at the previous table we were sitting at in character.
Yeah, a bunch. How big are those 50 gold piece chunks of rose quartz?
It says it on there.
Does it?
Does it?
Yeah.
Wait, did you
To the
just
far
say
right
how?
column. How big, not how expensive?
Oh, I thought you said how much is, and I
No,
was
how
like,
big? Like, is it like small pieces of giant, like geode sized piece of quartz, or is it like?
Star Rose quartz. Yes, those.
Mhm.
It's about big as your nose, your snout.
What's probably gonna stop? Okay.
that's pretty good. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and I'll also, if they have stuff for like necklaces, like just so that way, like some string, like a bushel of string in one of those quartz.
They do have some silken rope.
Fine.
Could I have this be broken down into smaller pieces, please?
That you're.
I mean, I'll do it myself, but
You're
I'm not
probably
trusted
gonna
with the
have
hammer
to.
anymore.
You'll probably have to go see. Name. Oh my god, I've forgotten my blacksmith's name.
It do be like that sometimes.
It do
How
be like
dare.
that.
James.
No,
Toby.
it was like Harold or some shit like that.
Plate.
We're gonna go with Harold for now.
Harold?
You'll probably have to go see Harold. He's up the road just before you hit the mayor's house.
Okay.
He's a lot better at
And then
separating gems and making sure they don't shatter beyond what's needed.
What are Trisha's eye color?
Trisha's purple.
Her eyes are purple.
Your eyes remind me of the dress of Lady Titania. They're very pretty.
And he'll put down the gold for the stuff and then take his items and walk away.
And it's 60
And go
gold
sit
after
outside.
after the rope, which is like 50 foot of rope.
60, you said?
60, yeah.
Well, does that just leave me with things to buy, or is everybody?
I think Selena hasn't bought anything yet.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was going to buy the 2 potions of greater healing that they
Greater?
have.
Okay.
And
So
that's
that'd be
300?
300.
Yeah.
So it's 300, easily done. Ulneth hands them on over to you. Anything else for your lot, or?
Well, I think I should probably get some things as well. Let's go ahead and do 2 of the greater potions, 2 of the regular healing potions.
So that's 400.
Absolutely, it is. And I was looking at those scrolls, but I can't get heads or tails out of any of them, so I guess I'll leave those behind.
I mean, I can tell you what
Sure.
each of them do.
Doesn't help me use them.
You just gotta read them.
if those words aren't the words that I can understand, that doesn't do me much good now, does it?
Fair.
I would like nothing more than to happily buy these from you, but it is not in the cards, it seems. But I do have something else that I might be looking to buy. One, did Stitch actually get an outfit?
Stitch did not
I don't
actually
think
get
they
an
did.
outfit. He came in, bought pipes, and left.
Also, how much were the pipes and wood?
So the pipes were a gold each, and then the wood was 5 silver.
Okay.
The you know the pipe buy-in.
The little one. Other little one.
Yeah, we're looking for a new outfit for him. Something.
I mean, we have armor and everyday clothing. It just kind of depends on what style you're looking for.
Something that might hold up to a little bit of possibly explosive or fiery something. Maybe a leather. We're talking normal clothing for now. I think they. I don't know if they like the armor or not, but they had a chance to buy it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can get you something.
Something I'm thinking. Like I said, a nice leather. Get a little bit of shine to it. That sort of stuff.
I'm trying to look up traveler's clothes. Because I didn't expect you trying to buy clothes.
Look, the roleplay led where it led, and so
I
now we're here.
I know. We're both in it. We're both in it.
It wasn't my plan either. And then, while we're getting that, I do have some questions. Nice lady, Summer did say that you might know something about. I've been hearing tale of possible dragon attacks and some terrorization going on.
Only if you're outside of the city. Sure. And to be fair, the rumors haven't exactly helped the trade, though we have the extra bonus of I can just go to the Feywild.
But do you know much else about it? Have you met somebody who's been afflicted, or
Blacksmith down the road lost his wife, and there's a couple off the beaten path to the east that I think lost somebody. Mostly it's been going after people who won't be missed. As terrible as it is to say.
Now I gotta ask this. This is a terrible, terrible question. And I understand that, but I do need to ask the question. What are the chances that these are the type of people that would maybe be gotten rid of by people around them and then blamed on a convenient excuse?
Not very high, unfortunately. I can't give you that easy of an answer.
I just gotta ask the questions, you know what I mean?
Oh no, trust me, I get it. Again, from the Feywild, tricks and games are all we're about. But unfortunately,
too many to make my head spin, but
a lot of the people who've gone missing are just no one. They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything to anyone. They haven't made enemies. They were just easy to disappear. I mean, hell, most of us didn't even realize half of them were arrested until Blacksmith's wife went.
Interesting. What was it about her that brought this all to y'all attention?
Harold threw a fit. She was in another one of the homebodies no one talked to. talk too much. Didn't talk to anyone too much. But Harold one day starts losing it, traveling around town, wondering where the hell where she got to. No one could see. No one knew a thing. Last she was seen, she was going up north out of the city, going to work her herbs, as he said, and then nothing.
And
Gone.
then nothing. That is interesting. All right, well, thank you much. I've got a cadre to look after, apparently. So I do need to get going after. Then I assume most of y'all have left. This is not something that Jim would just drop like in front of everybody. By the way,
Selena would have stayed back and listened,
Okay.
kind of just like passively.
then I will
Minor.
modify that. We've got ourselves a sort of wild crew today. So gonna need to keep an eye on a
Most
couple
of them.
You've noticed, have you?
They seem fun.
There is entertainment to be had for sure.
Stop on by if you live.
You know, sure.
Put it this way.
No guarantees.
If you live, you'll have earned at least a little bit of a discount for doing the city a service. If you don't, well, there's no real skin off my nose.
Well, that's mighty kind of you. I'll see what I can do about surviving and all. These potions will be helpful. Thank you.
May luck keep you. Have a lovely day.
Selena,
Yeah.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Because I think the others might cause some havoc if we stay in here too long.
Yeah, I think they wandered already. Let's go. And she'll go on out.
I'm not doing it again, Stitch. You can't make me. Stop it. Stop.
Listen, I just want to try it while I'm holding it with a wood handle to see if it insulates me.
But what if you catch on fire? I'm not paying for that.
That shouldn't be how electricity works. But we are talking about metal or magic. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
But they did say that they use it to cook. So fire is definitely possible.
I love the fact that the outside of this is them just sitting there going, but like shocking grasp on gun.
I believe it's called the taser.
All right. Stitch, by the way,
By the
asking
way-
ye shall receive.
Clothes were like 2 gold.
Okay. I'll add it to the list of 400.
You probably spend more on this than I did on my parts.
Yeah. Well, you insisted that you needed something better. So here we
Really?
are.
We haven't commented. You're being overly
Can I
generous.
have that scarf if you're not gonna keep it?
Oh,
Anyway.
Jim is gonna poke their head back in and say, wild off chance question. You don't happen to have a fake nose, do you? That face tells me about all I need to know. Anyway, unless
No.
the next.
But maybe you could get the crystals shipped into one? There's lots of crystals in here.
Would that be pretty?
If we have poor luck, maybe. Anyway, take care.
Fair travels.
Back out. Nope, no luck for a nose here.
But they
I
said the
have-
crystals. I heard that.
They said that we could carve the crystals. Now, I don't have a lot of crystal carving experience, do you?
No, but we're already heading to the blacksmith, aren't we? Because Bull.
I am. I had an idea.
I don't mean to
Blacksmiths.
be cruel, but you weren't like given a lot of schooling, were you?
Me?
Yes.
The hell's a school?
Yeah,
Hell, musical.
that's on me. I shouldn't have asked.
I was
Blacksmiths
just-
don't really work on stone.
Do goblins typically go to school as well?
Not a goblin, and I'm not dead.
Why did that matter?
I was asking the goblin question. I'm sorry to assume. Do you want the Giro's apology? Because there's a hole in the rock.
Well, you know.
Well, let's just head on over to the blacksmith. Because the
Point of
The
fact,
mayor
the
maybe-
blacksmith, the question was asked if it could break a crystal apart,
Yes.
in a safe enough way that where you can use the pieces. That the blacksmith would be the only one who has the tools that could be subtle yet strong enough to do so.
Chisels. There are type of chisels, yeah. I could do
mean-
this real quick if you guys want to go somewhere else. But you guys need to be in town for a little bit, right?
I mean, we're headed. I do want to talk to the blacksmith. Apparently, they have lost somebody to this dragon attack, and any bit of information we have leading into this will help us solve it. So,
Sure that the dragon is bad. Like, what if these people are just trying to find their way and the dragon's just guiding them?
many of the times when I have heard folks talk of a dragon, they talk of fire, they talk of smoke, they talk of destruction. I've heard none of that here, but
There
could
has
be a
been
dragon.
a new predator that's come to these woods.
Is it a dragon?
We don't. It was making its nest. You don't mess with something like that when it makes its nest. Do I know the
But
general
it-
location where it would be then, Dungeon Wolf?
Yes.
Yeah,
Isn't it
I could
Dungeon
take you-
God?
Is there in a dungeon?
Give it a sec.
I could take you to it if need be, but I'd like the crystal, this shiny crystal, to be kind of broken a little bit, if that's okay.
Like I said, I also want to go to the blacksmith. I'm not getting in your way. I'm encouraging.
Cool.
I was just questioning, because you guys are already assuming that the dragon's evil. But, like,
I am three
I don't
steps
know.
behind what you think I'm assuming.
just,
We are asking questions.
people assume my father's evil, but he's my father, so how could he?
I'm
I mean,
sure your dad's
evil
a very
people-
nice man. I mean, you're very nice. You have a very lovely smile.
Evil people can be parents. Just because he's potentially your father doesn't make him not evil.
That's the only reason they kept me, though.
Yeah, that leads more into the evil and the cult columns together.
You cut out for most of that, babe.
That's why they kept me.
Uh-huh.
I just fell out of my.
I
out
want to
of the
give
nest
Thea a
early.
hug. Or like a head pat or something.
Thea. I have an idea.
And we'll head to the blacksmith. Very excited, waddling with this stone that's massive.
I have an
There's
idea.
just gonna
Walks
be
away.
Drumming
Yeah.
behind them on the lyre, just doo-doo-doo.
I will say that it is almost 10 o'clock DM's time. Do we want to take a quick break?
Please, I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, let's hit break time.
Thing.
Message me next time. We will be back after a short break to go get snackies, to go get drinks, to get Toby the fuck off of my lap because he has decided this is where he lives. Oh.
He is lapdog.
He is lapdog, except he not. But yeah, we'll be right back, guys.
Bye.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back, everyone.
Oh wow.
I
Welcome
think I
to the
beat
shit
you
show.
to it.
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, so our lovely little group, actually, let me, on the map, get pulled over to, let me zoom out. Zooming out is going to make it easier. Yeah, it was here. Okay, cool. You lot. With me.
What happened since last time? We have
Tommy!
more viewers than we did last time we were here.
My dog is yelling at things. 1 second.
What did we miss?
Respawn.
So, last time on Roll for Respawn, our group has come together. We have our regular guy Jim, our definitely not dead, not a goblin gunslinger Stitch. We have Bowl the kobold, who has found their way. The oddly magical and weirdly affected kobold. We have the definitely not here for the cult stuff, Thea, coming in along. And then, of course, we have Selena, the Yuan-Ti, who is seemingly the most normal, but that probably means we should be suspicious.
They are wearing a blindfold.
They are wearing a blindfold.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about this because everything else has been so noticeable. We have gone to get stuff. We got some breakfast.
Met each other.
And now we have gone to the general store and found some more information. We have been told, but not yet given the job of hunting down a possible dragon. We're now headed to the blacksmith for those of you who are just joining us. And scene.
Thank you, Tony.
I figured someone could help.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Also,
totally
we did
was
have a
yelling.
dad joke redeemed that we
Yeah.
still have yet to be joked.
Look, we don't do this on command. What are you even talking about? All right.
The lies?
No, that's
All these dad jokes. What
absolutely.
about mom jokes? When are they? Mothers are gonna get the response they deserve. Their moms can be funny.
You want them to give you mommy jokes?
Why not? We have dad jokes. Why not mom jokes? What are you, my mummy?
Are you my
Okay.
mummy?
Do you want to call me your mummy?
Mummy?
Banned.
Get over here, Brett. Hello.
It's a bit of a hop and a skip for me, unfortunately.
Blood, why are our tokens all giant now?
Because I wanted to zoom in on show the chat that these are the monstrosities that I have released upon the world.
You invited us.
Two
One
of
of them is
look
definitely-
relatively normal.
That's true. That is true. Two of them do look relatively normal.
Yeah, I mean, all of them, three of them. What do you mean? Definitely three.
Wait,
Look
what?
at these things. Look
Because
at
they
these
can't
people.
see the lower half.
Yeah, Stitch is fine.
Mm.
Stitch is very normal, and of course, Bowl is very normal.
Yeah, Bull's
That
just
Jim
freaking
guy's
out.
weird.
I mean, this is just your typical friend group at Comic-Con.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It
I hate
is
it.
true.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see us at Comic Con dressed exactly like this.
I
Not
do love
doing
how
cosplay.
Jim is basically the friend that doesn't have any costumes. Like, you have the intricate costumes, and then you have the guy that's like, I'm gonna go to the Halloween store and buy the chainmail shirt.
Yep.
They're like, oh, cool, man.
And
Yeah.
the chain shirt, in case he needs to doff his armor, he's got like the tuxedo shirt underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
God damn it.
So, blacksmith.
So we're real quick. We do
His
have
name is
an
Harold.
outstanding dad joke, and there wasn't one that naturally came up. So I am
There was a
going to
whole
do.
bunch of them that just happened.
There
I
was,
disagree.
That's okay.
Fine, whatever.
No, go ahead.
Fine,
My feelings
it's
don't matter
fine.
to you, apparently.
No, it's
No,
fine.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
You're fine. Everything's fine.
Listen, I don't need to have conversations with my dad while I'm on stream right now. I need the passive aggressive to stop.
It's fine.
They said if I wanted this, I would just go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
All around
I-
me are familiar
Your face
places, worn out places.
Harold is sitting inside of the fucking blacksmith shop with the door locked and not gonna talk to you people.
You say Emerald?
Blacksmith.
Emerald, you're in this
Blacksmith.
world?
I take out my thieves' tools kit. No.
I cast fireball.
Please don't.
I cast gun.
Wait.
Bolder
you
than
cast-
a fireball.
Do you cast Firebowl?
There we go. That's the dad joke.
Thank you.
And everyone's off their chat.
All right. So,
Good one.
but I assume in all actuality the door is open.
Yes.
Jim is gonna
Harold,
stride
you
right
said?
in.
Within the main building of the forge, he is sort of turned away, just working away, looking very focused in on whatever he's working on in front of him. Completely ignoring the front door.
You know, I normally didn't like the blacksmith back home because it was really
Mhm.
loud and a lot of screaming. But this one's pleasant. Just like a couple of clanging.
I can't say it enough, but everything you say sounds like you were in a cult.
Darkness, you're giving me so much information
There's-
about this thing that I've built for you, and it's great.
There is generally always seems to be more screaming in your stories than there would be in most of our stories, and that does make me a little worried for you.
All the screaming in mine are typically just screams of laughter. So, yeah, that tracks.
People scream when they laugh?
Some people are like howlers when they laugh.
I've only heard cackling.
I've heard when people laugh too hard, they float into the ceiling.
I've done that.
So it's true.
That can't be normal.
No, it's what?
Can you teach me?
Maybe.
How to laugh? You should know how to. That's an instinctual thing.
Earlier.
Mr. Harold?
He's sitting there, beating away, and he pauses after his name is called. How can I help you? Not even turning away, just sitting there with his hammer, sitting on the whatever project he's working on.
I need this broken down into smaller pieces. The ladies at the ferry, the faded ferry, said that you'd be able to make this into smaller pieces.
Which one was it? Turning to look at you, taking in the ragtag little group you are in.
The summery, cheerful one.
Of course she did. What is it? And he kind of stands up and comes up to the front table.
I just need this broken up. I just need a few good-sized pieces.
How many are you wanting? You're gonna need to give me specifics.
You said it's like about as big as the snoot, so it's
About
like
as big as a snoot. Like the
so it's like
circumference
a good
of a snoot.
hamburger sized. Yeah, it's like
Several finger-length pieces. As many as you can make, and you keep the rest. I don't really...
I can...
10 pieces, and then you can keep the rest. And of course I'll pay you. And
reaches into pouch.
Oh no, Mercedes, why?
my name's Bull.
And my name is
Mercedes
Dende. It's okay. It's still a little green, man. It's still a little green.
Still a little
It's
green.
fine.
Come on, little green! No. Right, back on track. Goddamn. I am fading fast.
Stop it.
Yeah, I can get that done easily enough. Not by the end of the day, but come tomorrow morning. If you come back,
Can
I'll
I
have...
expedite it?
Not if you want them to actually be in one piece.
Oh. Okay.
Carving crystal like this takes a little finesse, which takes time.
No, I understand.
Used to have someone else do it, but... Toby!
You
What
sound
was
kind
their
of
name?
upset about that.
I am going to
Sorry, Bull.
cut your dick off.
Excuse
My
me.
dog is
More
being an asshole.
violence being thrown around here. This is an unsafe work environment.
Yeah, don't throw the violins. Maybe the banjos, though.
As the warrior drums ain't beating, we're good.
The blacksmith has an old, like, shop hound.
He's an asshole.
Standing
Named
and-
Hooch.
Whoever is measuring, we can see you. You know that, right?
It's Stitch. I can tell by the color.
Why are you measuring?
I want to know the dimensions of the room.
Is the fire gonna cast fireballs?
Oh my god! Mercedes!
Oh, bless you.
Do you see this?
Oh, yes.
Given to the poor baby. How dare you?
What was the other person's name?
Laria. Doesn't matter. I can get it to you by tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll put it down and I'll give him gold now. It just gives a handful and puts it on the counter, then walks away.
Jim is going to wait until after the gold is on the counter and step forward and quietly look at them and say, you know, the goal for this group after we're done here, outside of Bull's odd gem related, that has nothing to do with anyway, is to find and or maybe avenge your wife. So I hate to press further, but can you tell me some more about them going missing?
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Cool.
He very much doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, I figured.
Bull dropped like 9 gold pieces down. just
Money
just a
doesn't
handful.
matter.
I know, but I'll just let you know so that way
Yeah.
you...
1 second. Huh. Okay, yeah. Just making sure my luckstone is here. Persuasion.
Mm-hmm. With advantage.
Ho ho ho.
Ooh.
That's a 22 and a 19, so 22.
Damn. Okay.
Jim has a non-zero amount of charm to him, and there's an earnestness.
Yeah. Nigel keeps saying it's got to be the dragon that moved in. I don't know of any kind of dragon that can swoop in the middle of the woods and not break down the trees. There's not a place along her usual routes that she could have been grabbed and it not have been noticed. Not by something that big.
There was no destruction at all.
Nothing.
I
So
knew
whatever
the dragon
Nigel
was innocent.
is saying did it, I take it with like a pound of salt.
Well, the idea is, I don't care what did it. I mean, the best goal is to get your wife back, if possible.
It's been a month and she's not back.
I will hope for the best scenario and act upon that. And if the worst has happened, then I am sorry. But I can't just immediately not look for them. I think that would be a disservice to you. Plus, is Nigel the mayor?
Unfortunately.
He's supposed to pay us a shit ton of money, so, you know, that does help make this a little bit easier, that if he's wrong, he still has to pay us. So, we could get a triplicate of, you know, he has to pay us out, he's wrong, and we get your wife back. Sounds like a damn good day.
If you can do it. We've had about 4 other parties come through that didn't make it back.
Well, have you ever seen any like us?
Seen them with more magic.
Have you ever seen any like us?
The snake's different. And he turns back around and goes to working on the crystal. You can tell he's a very jaded individual at this point.
Well, he better be somewhat gemstoned.
That is
Does he have
2d6 psychic damage. I don't like you anymore. That's right. I can just do that now, can't I?
Jim dies by the second session.
That's
He wouldn't happen to have any like weapons or wares on the wall, would he?
You do see some very finely made pieces of weaponry along the walls. If you wanted to take a look, they're come in a variety of styles. Even some that seem to be sort of out of place for the culture of this village. City, town, whatever it is.
I'll take a look at like the pole arms and glaives.
Okay.
If there are any.
Yeah. You can find here. One sec.
Is there a special link again?
Yes, there is. Give me just one moment to get to it. Boop, boop. Where is it?
Thea,
Yeah.
where'd you get the lyre?
So my you couldn't really call them my parents, but like the people that kind of raised me, it was like kind of a community.
Sure.
They always ended up with like a bunch of random stuff, and they just kind of tossed it off to the side, and I like the look of it. So I kind of
Me too.
right? It's really pretty.
Yeah, that's how I got this spoon.
and Bo will take out this kind of almost like a soup, like definitely a tasting spoon, not like a soup spoon you're supposed to eat with. And Bo will throw it, and like a boomerang, it comes back and it returns to his hand.
It's amazing. I've never seen anything return like that.
Right?
I don't know if want this to be in the shop anymore. I forgot who my players were.
What other songs other than that really nice one you were playing earlier do you know how to play?
I just kind of make them up as I go. Yeah, I can make one like themed for here, and like with whatever sounds are going on in the background, just like play along to it,
Nice.
create a beat.
Yeah.
Music's fun.
It
It's
is.
It's like we're creating our own world, and you can like make the bad sounds go away.
The trauma in this poor thing. You can't hear the screams if you drown them out with music.
Maybe
I was.
someday.
Go ahead.
Maybe someday I'll take you to some of the prettiest sounding music and parties. That where I got all this, and I'll take off some of the moss and begin to chew on some of it, and go moss.
Yeah.
Moss.
Potties. Your parties don't involve like dabbing, right?
The only type of stabbing I saw is when someone stuck a horn into a keg and like to open it up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. If you take the moss to eat it, it kind of tastes like honeycomb or syrup.
Definitely gonna eat it. I have too much trust.
Just nom.
Nom nom.
You know, if I
This is
didn't buy
delicious.
health potions, I'd be able to get something really nice.
Yeah.
Did she say this out loud?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I could. Do you happen to accept trades for discounts?
Trades on what?
Like the half plate that I'm wearing. Would I be able to trade it and pay if need be, for say like this armor right here? And she'll point to the mithril armor that he has.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah. I don't like disadvantage on stealth checks. Especially going into a potential dragon's lair.
Half my cost. He leaves the stone on the gemstone table, and comes over to the counter again. And starts inspecting your armor. Yeah, I can fix that up a little. With no time at all. Still gonna have to charge you what I wouldn't get from this.
That's fine.
Damn it, I need to math now. What's 750? What's 1200 minus 750? Jesus Christ.
450.
Thank you. I need that much.
Math.
Fork
I
over
gotcha.
the gold.
We knew that I had that. Even half asleep, I got you.
Yay.
Alright, I will remove.
I'm surprised you didn't ask for the pipes here, Stitch.
I mean, to be fair, if I got pipes here, they would have been worked more. Like, in a ready state, whenever you pay for a finished product, you pay more money.
What?
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 What? So, you're got this. Don't tell me. You are ERS. What is ephemeral? Ephemeral. What does the ER mean?
I'm the ephemeral reckoner, Stitch.
No one calls him that.
No.
Coming out of the fucking black shop or blacksmith shop.
Yeah, from the other room, it's gonna be. No one calls them that.
So, but what does that mean?
Hear that?
Oh, I mean, you don't know. It's easy.
I don't.
1 second, I have it written down somewhere. And Stitch knows this, but I need to make sure I get the wording right.
Does Stitch have little cards they hand out to people with with the words and meaning?
I was like, that's a mouthful, and I've got a large mouth.
Ha.
Yeah, so essentially what it means, the title together is 2 separate words. The ephemeral means, like, it refers to things that are short-lived or not long for this world, and a reckoner is kind of like an account keeper or a judge. So, I am the judge that will shorten things' time here. It's a badass, strong name for a gun hand like myself.
Sure, but wouldn't it have made more sense then to be the Reckoner Ephemeral? Because then that would make sense, because that is the judge of keeping things short. Because like that would make sense, but you switched up the words, so aren't you the?
No, it's because it comes from Old Sylvan.
No, I speak Sylvan. I am aware of.
No, sorry. Did I say I meant Celestial?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hold on. Do I know Celestial? I don't. Okay, you're fine.
Keep going until he found a language you couldn't speak.
All the
Wait,
languages.
wait. Do I know Celestial?
You
That's
should.
what I'm trying to figure out.
I was about to say, yeah, you should.
You
I'm language.
looking at the correct sheet. I don't.
Because that's a
Wait.
natural language for you.
Yeah. it
You
should
do.
be. So I'm just gonna be like, I speak Celestial.
Sorry, I meant Abyssal.
Don't.
How can you get it wrong that many times?
Listen.
There's a lot of
You don't
languages.
There's so many languages. You don't get to have a face like mine and not have memory problems every now and then. I've been hit in the head more than once.
Sure, but I know what languages my words come from.
Do you?
I hope so.
Okay, calm
I don't wanna
yourself,
be
intelligence of 9.
precocious.
Okay, just.
Damn.
I have a charisma of 9.
I have an intelligence of 9.
I am the ephemeral reckoner.
But what does that mean?
It means it's a cool name.
I'm gonna just call you ERS. Or just Stitch, if you're okay with that.
That's what Jim calls me.
I
Where'd you...
assume that we start heading towards the mayor's house.
Yeah.
I was ready for
That being
done.
said, it is 10:30
Yeah.
my time, meaning it's
Yes.
actually
latest
was-
dicks for Tony.
I was
Like
waiting
1:30?
for a moment back with the blacksmith.
Okay.
Because I had 1 or 2 final questions with them.
Yeah, no problem.
Last thing, if we are to have any hope, do you have could you describe your partner, or give us something that to know them by? Maybe something with their scent on it, even that we might Using it in tracking. I know that sounds weird, but trust me on this.
He kind of looks at you hard for a moment. Give me a sec. And he disappears into a back room. You hear some rummaging around. And a slight curse as something falls over. And he comes back with this, locket. Right, I don't know why I'm this big. It's not this big. It's a little locket.
With this locket.
Just massive.
About the size of a smaller pocket watch. And he hands it over to you. That has a picture of her. And if you pop it open, you will see a very lithe-built tiefling woman who has flaming red hair, braided all the way down her back, and just like this gigantic smile across her face, her horns arching up and then back down and around, embroidered with gold and silver looking metals on her horns, decorating it.
She looks absolutely stunning. You seem it would seem that you are a very lucky person.
I was.
Outside of the circumstances granted. One further question, because I'm worried about the answer, but I have to ask it anyway. The other folks who disappeared, they weren't tieflings as well, were they?
No. It's been all sorts.
Okay. Someone described them very vaguely as mostly people who might not be missed, and I was slightly afraid that was just someone extremely racist.
Ulneth, right? She, real good at socials, but not so much at...
The shop, the general store.
Ulneth.
Yeah, okay, yes. I'm good with faces. Names are a little rough.
Yeah. She's good for a happy time. Not so much paying attention to the hard time. And a lot of the people who've gone missing were definitely more in hard times. Lyria was the first one who had connections.
What's her name?
Lyria.
Lyria.
Yeah, like lyric and
Lyria.
Mm-hmm. Whatever's doing this, it can grab them without leaving a trace. Like I said, we've already had 4 parties that looked a bit stronger than you lot, that haven't made it back. They started showing up before Lyra went missing. So.
Look, I won't take it personally if you don't believe that we're going to come back. But I'll quote with you someone who used to be very important in my life. It matters not how it looks. It matters how quickly it can kill you. And I can tell you, I don't waste time and energy on looks, and the folks around me, well, the fact that they haven't been, well, the fact that they've survived as long as they have, tells you quite a bit about their mettle, I think. Now, I'm going to put my trust in that, and I will see you soon. And they're going to be clipping this locket and tuck it inside the chainmail so that it stays safe.
Okay.
Good day. Well, day.
Good luck.
And they're going to.
He's already turned back around and gone back to the table.
No, it didn't. Jim is leaving, but Jim will grab their bracelet that has their privilege stone on it,
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, it's always with me."
Privilege stone.
Anyway.
Oh
like a
my
good
lord.
place to
I think, yeah, that is where we're going to kill it for tonight.
Boo.
We're trying to survive here. Okay.
Same time tomorrow?
So I'm glad you guys liked it. This has been the first session of the Wednesday Night Revival's Vitan Octet. I hope to, at some point, get to the point where you understand my naming of it, but, you know, hey, whatever. This has been really fun. Yeah. Do you wanna do outros, babies, or no?
Babies.
You know where to find us if you want to find us. Thank you, Blood, for doing this for us. Go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say we
have outro stuff to do because
we have shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do have shows. Go ahead.
So like I do want to talk about those before we just out. Yeah, you can find us. Usually we have a link tree linked in any of the descriptions for wherever you're watching this. So go check that out. Then we do have Thursday coming out tomorrow, and Spawn Camp Friday morning.
Yay!
And then we have the Wonderarium on Saturday. We are playing Era of Silence, which is a cool game by Shrike Publishing.
I can't wait
And
to
we actually
play.
have one of the authors of the game running it for us. So,
Woohoo!
you know, there's no Tony kind of cobbling it together. This is an expert. We have an expert running the game for us. It's gonna be dope. You don't
Look
wanna
at
miss
that.
it,
We've
so.
made it so far.
Yeah. Hey, look, Ma, I made it.
But yeah, so this next week is actually going to be super fun and super full. And then next week we hit more of the Vitan Octet.
Hell
you
yeah.
guys have been amazing tonight. I absolutely adore the roleplay and the characters. It's been so much fun DMing for you thus far. But yeah, let's go. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.